Hello Gemini, welcome to Truth Well Told Tarot. This is your weekly tarot reading, and this is from the 2nd to the 8th, I should say, of December 2019 for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. I hope you're well, Gemini. So I'm just shuffling the cards and seeing what message comes. Angel, spirits, guides, what do we have please for Gemini? Our lovely Geminis, 2nd to the 8th of December 2019. There's two cards there. Let's see what they are. Wow. We have Ace of Swords and Judgment. So let's start with Judgment, Gemini. This is a wake-up call. It is a wake-up call to understand that all the experiences, all the good and bad that you've been through so far at this point in your life, where you're beginning to get that understanding, a higher level of understanding and awareness of what it all meant, and a higher level of spiritual connection. This is a spiritual awakening, a greater awareness of self, a greater awareness and appreciation of what's led you to this point. And this is the time where everything is beginning to makes sense because of this awareness. This is where it makes sense because you're ready to release what's gone. You're ready to release old baggage, old experiences that don't serve you anymore, to be renewed. This is a card of Pluto. This is death, destruction, regeneration, rebirth. All of those energies in your true light. This is stepping into your true light. But before you can do that, it is about understanding the lessons that you needed to learn. Almost like a period of absolving yourself. Absolving what's gone. What you don't need anymore to take on your journey in order to align to your true light. Because this is just before the world, and the world is final achievement, where we make complete sense of everything that we've been taught, the lessons that we've learnt within the cycle. And we go through many cycles in life. And this is just before the world. Because it is where we do make sense. Where we do stand up to be also judged for our actions to other people and other people's actions towards us. And this is the universe reminding ourselves that now is the time to move forward and step into your own light. And the only thing that's holding you back is holding on to things that don't serve you anymore. And this is where you're ready. You're at that point where you're ready to release in order to move forward. Beautiful card, Judgment. It is also a karmic card. And with the Ace of Swords, there is some powerful karma with you here. Because there is truth. You know, Gemini, if you're holding on to something where you've been treated poorly in a situation, these two cards are saying now is the time to embrace a new beginning by releasing what you need to release. Leave it to the universe, because the universe always rights wrongs. It always rights itself. It doesn't always do it immediately. You might not even hear about it. But both of these are big karmic retribution cards as well. So give it up to the universe. This is about you understanding the lessons so that you don't repeat them. You don't repeat those mistakes. You understand what's gone wrong in the past, what you needed to learn, so you have a greater awareness of self. And that brings you great enlightenment. It allows you to step into your light, to move forward to that world energy which is after this card, in order to bring success, achievement, accomplishment, celebration into your life. This is making sense of the journey. And the Ace of Swords, when you allow yourself to release, is that new beginning. It's a powerful message. The Ace of Swords is a sword of truth. The swords are all about truth, about clarity. This can be where there's realization as well, Gemini. Some of you are having some realization moments, greater awareness of self, everything beginning to make sense, maybe. It can also be about making decisions or choices now that bring about a new beginning. Could be to do it with any area of your life. But there's a big feeling of aligning to self, because this is air energy. This is your energy, Gemini. This is the power of air. That is what this card is called. And it's time to allow yourself to move on from whatever this judgment is asking you to stop and learn and teach, and stop whatever the universe is trying to teach you. This is where you begin to make sense of all the lessons that you've been through on that journey. And it's saying that you're ready for that new beginning now. This is generally the hand of God, the divine, the universe, handing you this new beginning. There is potential now for a new beginning. You have to get perspective. You have to allow realization. You have to make decisions. You have to see truths. All of this kind of energy is linked to that Ace of Swords. Very powerful between those two cards. Okay, Gemini. Powerful beginning to your reading. Karmic beginning to your reading as well. There is powerful karma associated with both of those cards, I have to say. Okay, let's see what the energy is, Gemini. We have a storm warning here. And we have the Magician. Beautiful. The Magician and the Mirror. You know, the other thing that both of these represent is a final decision or choice. And I think whatever this was, whatever you've been through, because I will say the Ace of Swords is not for the faint-hearted. To get the Ace of Swords and be offered the Ace of Swords by that divine energy, you would have had to come through a battle. It is a sword of battle. It is a warrior sword. It is where you've struggled and had to overcome challenge. But this is where you are getting that sense of self, your own identity, your power back. And I think it's to do with whatever this storm warning was, whatever challenge that you faced. This is saying that you're going to overcome it, or you have overcome it, depending on what life stage you're at. And now is the time to take that first step to the new. We have the Ace of Swords as a new beginning. The Magician in Tarot can be a new beginning as well, because generally it's number 1 on the Tarot. It is the very first step to bringing positive transformation in your life. What is it in your life that is base metal that you want to change to gold? Because he is the alchemist, and he appears when it's time. Could be linked with a decision or choice that you need to make as well, Gemini. Let me just read this out to you because the description's lovely. Knowing and using your true power. I'll just turn the page. This card represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the Magician, and within your grasp is the amazing forces of earth and spirit. When you receive the Magician, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metal to gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of future will clear into brilliant reality. Beautiful, Gemini. It's time. It's time. They're saying it's time. It is the wake-up call. Wake-up call to release and move forward. Move on. Okay. So, Gemini, let's pull an angel answer card. See what the messages from the angels are for you. Angel, spirits, guides, what is the message for Gemini, please? Angels, what's the message, please, for Gemini, 2nd to the 8th of December, 2019? Message for Gemini, please. Thank you. Yeah. This is the Magician. If you believe. If you believe, you can achieve. That is the Magician. You have to want it. That's what they're saying. You have to break through. You know, the Ace of Swords is a breakthrough as well. Okay, Gemini, let us look at the cards. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, past position, Gemini. We have the Two of Wands. Present position, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Challenge, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Advice from Spirit, we've got the Three of Wands. And outcome, beautiful. Love the Eight of Wands. There's positive shifts here. Okay, we've got the Queen of Cups. I was just going to ask. I'm going to pull one more for that. 10 of Cups. So present position, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords. Challenge position, clarifying the Page of Pentacles, we have the King of Swords. Three of Swords, advice from Spirit, is clarified by the Five of Wands. I'm going to pull one more for that. We've got the Three of Wands again. Beautiful. And the outcome, 8 of Wands, is clarified by the Hierophant. I'm going to pull one more as a clarifier. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, Gemini. So some of you have a goal. You have a goal. I think there's a new goal here. Now this is your past position. Sometimes I put these cards in categories. Invariably, some of you are at different life stages. So sometimes it's not the categories but the energies that matter, Gemini. The Two of Wands, I should say, is somebody making life choices, taking action to shape their world, not allowing the world to shape them. Whatever you've been through, because we do have storm warning in your reading here, this is about now using whatever challenge that you face to fuel you forward. I do feel that energy. Because that storm warning here can be linked with a tower sometime. And this is using that constructive force of nature, Mars, to construct, to channel your power. And I do think that there is a big feeling of becoming more aware of your power. By taking action, you bring positive change in your life. This is you choosing your path, making life choices. This person is expanding to the unknown. They're expanding to something new. They're taking the first steps to bringing positive change to their world. And they're understanding their own power to do that. Some of you could be choosing between choices. There could be literally 2 choices to choose from. But invariably this does talk about life direction, life choices, whatever path you're looking at, maybe in terms of love, or it could be to do with business and career. This is where you're making clear choices. To understand what you want and what you don't want, remember, the person chooses between 2 paths. And he chooses this wand, but he doesn't choose this wand. You're beginning to realize what you want and where you're going. Yeah, beautiful message. And this is the very first steps towards this. Something that is fulfilling as an energy, the Queen of Cups. Something that is emotionally happy, emotionally satisfying. Certainly for some of you, that could bring the Ten of Cups into your life. 10 of Cups is the rainbow of blessings. It is ultimate happiness, ultimate fulfilling on every level. This does reflect career, home, family, relationships. It is emotional happiness on every level. And it's because these people understand that work, when you really focus your energies and effort, Gemini, when you become really productive, that's when you keep feeding that rainbow, which is why their arms are raised to that rainbow, because it feeds it. This is the card of perpetual happiness. It's not because that rainbow keeps shining, because the universe is giving it energy. It is these people are feeding the energy of that rainbow. They are creating their own happiness by working hard at it, by being productive, by working at relationships. This can be soulmate energy, by working at bringing real success and abundance into their lives, can be linked with money and career, happy home, happy family, all of this kind of thing. And maybe that's something that you're working towards. Sometimes this is about trusting your instincts, trusting your judgment now, in order to take the steps that you need to take to move forward to achieve this. Now yes, this can be an offer of love as well, Gemini. It might be that you're choosing. You've got to follow your passions and desires in love. It might well be that you're choosing, it could be an offer or an opportunity that's presented to you now, that's being offered to you. Something that you really want, something that raises your spirits in some way. Something that you're emotionally connected to that brings you joy. But whatever this is, there's also a message of the Queen of Cups. Now is the time to be emotionally connected from within, emotionally centered, because that makes you solid in your external world. And I think this solidity is represented by the foundations that this person is standing on. When you are solid from within, he stands on a battlement. This is the young emperor. He stands on a battlement, and there's a message here between these cards that you're more solid than you realize. You're in a greater solid position than you realize. And when you find that solidity from within, that's how you're ready to make changes, take the first steps to expand and shape your world the way you want it. Make life choices towards this happiness card, the perpetual happiness, happy ever after. But it is about following your passions. Follow your passions and see where they lead you. That is the message of the Two of Wands. We have the Seven of Swords and we have the Seven of Pentacles here. I'm going to start with the Seven of Swords. And this can be where you might have had to overcome some deception in your external life. This is a card of deception and lack of truth. Could be somebody in your external life, Gemini. Could be associated with whatever that storm warning was for you. This can also be how we self-sabotage, how we make excuses. I mean, we all do it, don't we? And this is very much about understanding now, seeing the truth of the situation, because we do have the King of Swords in your challenge. See where you are holding yourself back, because this is about channeling your efforts, pushing forward, working hard to bring reward into your life. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, it can be what you put in, you get out of a situation. But it can also be that even though things aren't manifesting as quickly as you want them to be, and you feel like you're working hard And then, all our emotions and things can get in the way, and we start doubting ourselves, thinking, is this the right thing to do, because we're not seeing any results of our effort. This can be where the Seven of Pentacles can be in a career where we're not feeling valued or rewarded for our efforts in terms of money, in terms of salary. It can be where you might be doing a business venture and we're not getting the reward that we wanted to get to. We're not getting to that place that we wanted to get to. And we start self-sabotaging. This can also be, in terms of, relationships, valued connections, really understanding what is working for you and what's not now. And that is the message of this card. It's a card of evaluation. And I think it's linked to these life choices. This is about understand where you're wasting your time and energy and where you need to refocus that energy now, your time. Because that's how this starts increasing. There may be things that you're wasting your time and energy on. And there's a message of now is the time to refocus and evaluate your situation in order to bring greater reward into your life. And we can see that because the Eight of Pentacles is very much aligning with where you need to be. So I think once you've done that evaluation, that's when things start to pay off in your outcome. And that can represent money and career in particular. Okay, so Gemini, we have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Page of Pentacles, this is your challenge position. The Page of Pentacles is saying to you, you have all the skills, experience, knowledge, everything that it takes to bring something new into your life now. Sometimes the Page of Pentacles can be a messenger of good news. It could be to do with an opportunity. You may well have conversations to do with an opportunity. Could be to do with money and career in particular. Now this can be to do with anything from interviews, jobs, opportunities, the very beginnings of business ventures. This can also be about finances, so the beginnings of getting more money. Could be to buy your home or property, or could be looking at the detail on contracts, could be to do with property or finances in some way. This could be where loans are approved or mortgages are approved. There could be some kind of like bank manager or whatever that you're talking to right now, and there's a kind of green light. This can also be about higher education too, where it is to get to that next level of responsibility and higher level of money, which is what you're evaluating right now. You're understanding what do you need to spend your time on. This is where you might be going back to college to study, to get more qualifications, professional qualifications, to get more money and more title and more responsibility. This is a card of saying now is the time to plant the seeds. Because you're going to grow, you're going to reap the benefits. There's going to be growth, there's potential, there is the beginnings of something that can grow, but you have to do the work to make it grow. This can be even a new network or person in your life that could bring ultimately foundation to your life. Could be somebody meaningful in your life now. Something that can grow, something that could prosper. But the pages are the very beginnings of something new, the very beginnings of change. And it all comes because you're getting clarity in what you want and where you're going. And it might well be some of you are struggling on clarity. Some of you are struggling on what the steps you need to take to bring change are. And I think for some of you, you're finding the answers. The King of Swords is somebody who doesn't allow emotion or other people to throw him off balance. He has a very focused mind. The swords are very much linked with the mind. This is Aquarius. And you see the butterfly on the throne there? It talks how you can transform your situation, Gemini, through the power of the mind. That's how you make decisions, see truths of situations, get clarity, get a game plan, understand what your strategy is to move forward, even to get more money, to advance yourself on the career front. This is about getting a game plan. Having that bird's eye view because he sits on a cliff. Having that bird's eye view to see the whole picture and understand the steps that you need to take now to bring long-term growth and stability into your life. Long-term reward. Yeah, you have. I just feel for some of you, there's been some struggle. The Five of Wands can be about struggle. It can be about competition. I do feel certainly in terms of money and career, sometimes this can be the me too attitude, everybody, certainly in terms of the corporate workplace. This is where everybody, plays up to the bosses. They want their voice to be heard over everybody else's. Everyone steps on everybody else. It can be all of that kind of energy. It can be about competition, where you're competing for the same job, your same role. This can also be about petty conflict, petty squabbles. But I do feel that some of you are reasserting your power. This is the Three of Wands. When you take action with the Two of Wands, Gemini, when you make life choices, when you allow yourself to understand that you're in a stronger position than you think, when you follow your passions, desires, whatever they mean, this is when things start moving. This is when things start shaping. This is the advice from Spirit. It's time to take action because this is getting to a small level of success. The threes in tarot are the very beginnings of manifestation, the beginnings of things happening, and it's from the efforts that you've been putting into a situation to bring positive change. This person has turned his back on this because they're refocusing on their own path. They're not getting distracted by anybody else. And the wands are all about power and potential. And he holds his wand. He has collected 3 wands now. There is advancement here. Things are beginning to change. And there's a message that your ships are coming in. The work that you've been working towards. There's reward here. Certainly in terms of money and career, this is very positive. But your ships are beginning to come in, Gemini. So there is a message of feel the momentum, keep going, take action. Now is the time to go. Now is the time to refocus on your own path and not get distracted by anybody else. Because this is somebody who owns his power, who understands where he's moving towards and the steps he needs to take to bring success into his life. And it's coming. It's out there in the lake, the ships are coming in. So there's a big message of keep going. Because there's change afoot. We have 2 8s. The 8s in tarot are all about change. We have the 8 of Wands, which is about embrace the new. It is about fast shifts, positive shifts happening. When you start taking action, things start picking up pace. And the message with this is go with the flow, just ride that wave. Work. Put the effort in as you need to bring progress and shifts. Because it's saying your hard work is being rewarded here. This could be opportunities coming into you. Could be unexpected opportunities, Gemini, this week. I do feel for some of you, some of them could be out of the blue. And they're all sprouting. They're all ready to grow. They're all ready to manifest into something wonderful. They have potential. And it is up to you to make it happen. The 8 of Pentacles energy. Make it happen. Your hard work beginning to be rewarded. Positive shifts happening now. I think it is the green light to just go. Have faith. This is a Taurus energy as well. Have faith, Gemini, because this is not a time to question yourself. I certainly feel for some of you, Taurus is linked with stability and success as well. And there's a level that whatever opportunities are coming your way, this can also be about communication too. Conversations that you have this week are poignant in terms of this change that's happening. There could be networking events. There could be people that you're meeting, connections that you're meeting, that are influential in your life, in progressing your life right now. Because this can mean somebody who is getting greater material success by understanding where to channel their energies. And this is somebody who is doing something that they enjoy. They're not just changing their material aspect. They're not just changing their money. They're bringing greater solidity and security to their lives. But they're also bringing greater self-worth, greater value of self, of what they do, and also recognised by other people for the work they do, certainly in terms of money and career. I do feel for some of you there could be some offers or opportunities that are unexpected, that just come out of the blue. Things that might have been taking a long time to just change or shift. And all of a sudden, there is a shift. Things just start picking up pace. And you wonder what's happened. How is all of a sudden something just starting? And it's all down to that magician energy. Recognizing that you are the magician this week. You have the power to transform whatever is base metal in your life to gold. And we have gold here. Beautiful reading, Gemini. I'm going to... I will pull that card, if you believe. Lovely reading. I'm just going to pull a fairy card to finish off the reading, Gemini. Okay, angel, spirits, guides. What do we have for Gemini, please? Yeah. It's time to work your magic, Gemini, because we have believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around you in nature. The fairy of the Northern Lights says you are part of nature and you are magical too. Yeah. But this is about believing in your own power to transform your situation. The threes are the beginnings of manifestation, the beginnings of making it happen. There's a potential for your ships to come in. You have to take action now because it's leading to this. 10 of Cups, beautiful. There's evaluation that you need to do and clarity that you need to find. But nevertheless, it's all leading to this point. Beautiful message. Oh, just knocked the microphone, never mind. Beautiful message, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe. I hope it's a wonderful week for you and I'll see you next time. Thank you.